3 soon with my friend NERMIN.
Hello.
NERMIN, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Nothing much.
We're playing more Doom 3, man. Got the plasma gun.
More Doom, nice. You got the plasma gun.
Yeah, one of the best weapons in the game, honestly.
Let me open up the stream. You know what I got?
What, man?
Sudeki.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got it.
Did you get to play any of it?
I didn't. I just put it up because I didn't actually buy it up from Steam. I bought it from one of those key websites, you know them, where you buy like a Steam key for very cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it like for $2, so I got a nice deal for the game.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You have to let me know once you play it what you think, man.
Sorry, what?
You'll have to let me know once you play it what you think.
Mm-hmm, yeah, sure. I am right now in the main menu, so...
I think it's a great game. It's kind of rough around the edges. It's definitely not perfect, but it's a solid 8. And you can tell that the people really cared.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. I like the art style already. It's pretty fine.
Plus, you should be able to play it a lot better than on the original Xbox. On the original Xbox, the game had the mad frame problems.
Oh, dang.
I mean, it wasn't unplayable, but you can definitely tell it was pushing the Xbox and it could chug.
Huh. Oh, well, you know. Sometimes the developers are... not every developer knows how to handle the frame rates.
Yeah, or sometimes it's just games that are really ambitious that's the problem.
Yeah, that's also the case. Sometimes.
And Sudeki, it really does feel like ambition, because they have a lot of like real-time light sources that were uncommon on Xbox, and they have like no loading in the entire game. Like once you load in after the beginning, like you can go from one end of the world to the other.
Real-time light.
Yeah, the Xbox was the only console in that generation that could actually do that.
So, well, that's probably why Doom 3 was on it.
Yeah, no, that is literally exactly why. Like, they considered putting it on PS2, but they found out they just couldn't do it. Like,
yeah.
For one, real-time lighting is super important to Doom 3. Like, it's pretty much the whole idea for the game.
Yes, exactly.
And for two, the Xbox had twice the RAM of PS2 and GameCube. Like PS2 and GameCube had like 33 or megabytes of RAM, and the Xbox had 66.
66.
Huh. Yeah, so like, they already had to compromise on the game for Xbox, and they had to shrink levels and shit, so they would have basically had to like make the game horrible to get it to run on PS2. It was already compromised enough on Xbox.
Mm-hmm. They had to do some, what's called creative liberties.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the same game. It would have been basically a different game.
Oh, fuck. Ah, text speed very fast. You can play the game in the first person mode? Huh.
Yeah, you can. Part of that is because you can look around with it, and then the other part is, like I said, one of the characters uses guns.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm just wondering how I can set up the stupid controller.
I wouldn't know about that, dude. I'm not a PC guy.
Service lift called to station.
I hate this fucking section. I'm wandering around figuring out where to fucking go.
Let's make the game louder. Yeah, this game has Xbox-styled coloring.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's voice acted.
Oh yeah, no, it is. Totally voice acted. It has a lot of dialogue, actually.
Yeah, I mean, like in my language, so that I can
Oh, I wouldn't know.
understand it.
I wouldn't know about that, dude. It was in English.
I mean, it was published by Xbox, so maybe this. Let's see. I don't know, most exclusives do get voice acting, like in the German language, but it's like, not always.
Yeah. What language do you speak again?
What?
What's your language, man? Your native tongue?
I have two, technically, German and Bosnian. Because I kind of grew up with both of them at the same time.
That's cool, man.
Oh, the game is in German, nice.
That's good.
Kann nicht den Soldaten wegen dir aufhalten. Ich brauche Soldaten, keine Träumer. Hört zu, ihr Männer. Ich werde euer Leben gründlich ändern. Ich mache echte Männer aus euch. Kostet es, was es wolle. Ihr werdet erleben, wie ich euch rannehmen werde.
So yeah, remember in our last stream we were talking about me getting cancelled?
Yeah.
Oh well, it happened.
What happened?
Well, you know, somebody tried to cancel.
Well, yeah, fucking Tim, man. Tim get fucked. If anybody deserves to be canceled, it's fucking Tim.
I hope so much he gets cancelled. He fucking deserves it.
I mean, he's a troll. He's a shitbag. I hope he sees this fucking video, too. And worst of all, he's taking advantage of a fucking minor. I mean, to be fair, it's not sexually he's taking advantage of a minor, but he is manipulating a younger kid emotionally, and it's not cool.
It isn't. It's kind of... Well, not I mean kind of. It is bullshit.
Yeah, it's predatory. I mean, not sexual predatory, but it's predatory.
Yeah.
I mean, he really fucks with Alex. It kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, it's also sad that Alex lets himself into these situations constantly.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, though, man. Is like the thing I've learned about Alex and shit like that, dude, is you just gotta let him do what he's gonna do.
What?
You just gotta let Alex do what he's gonna do. Like, we can try and protect him, but ultimately, he's gonna do what he wants to do.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm questioning him because this shit has happened to him with other people too, since 2012, you know? And I've kind of told him time and time again, man, you're being manipulated, listen to me. But he just, I don't know, he doesn't want to listen. Now it's happening again.
Right? Wow, third rail. That's what
I mean,
I'm
there's some really...
Not only that, but I mean, Tim, you know, Tim doesn't really have the fucking the moral high ground to try and cancel you because he's done cancelable shit.
True, he's way worse. But you know, the shit this guy has done, I could call him out for so many things, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you could, dude. I only saw him for a brief time, and he seemed like a massive douchebag.
Oh, he is. He is. He always gets himself into fights, from what I have noticed. At least he always complains about some people online.
He would like attack Alex and be like, "Well, fuck you," and then he would be like, "What? You don't want to be my friend?" like how you couldn't.
If they aren't of sportsmanship.
Oh my god. That day when he tried to apologize to me and ask me for forgiveness, it was so pathetic. His excuse was also the most piss-poor thing I've ever heard. He just said, "Oh, I was in a bad mood today."
God, I hate people like that, man. Like, being in a bad mood doesn't give you the right to be a shitty fucking person.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't give him the right to do what he did that day to Alex. He fucking said, "Yeah, you're not my friend anymore, I'm gonna block you," and everything. So, yeah.
He's such a fucking troll, man. He's such a troll.
Hey, yo, whoa, what the hell? What the fuck? That's stupid. You know how in the beginning cutscene, in the CGI cutscene, the game was in German.
Yeah.
But in game, the dialogues are in English for some reason.
Huh, that's weird.
What the fuck? That's kind of taking away from the immersion. Maybe I can change that around or something. It's gotta be. Out in the open.
God, I hate this fucking thing.
Oh, you can save it there. You can buy shit here.
Okay.
And you can go to the open world. Okay, good. I get it. Nice.
Now, you better get yourself a map of the world at this point.
Oh my god. Continue zeigen. Yes. Okay, I have to change the settings. Oh, there is no settings option. Alright. What the hell?
Oh shit, man, you know, I mean, I didn't know, man. I mean, that kind of sucks, but, you know, it's like I said, I didn't really know.
What do you mean?
I mean, that the game was the language situation.
Yeah, that's... yeah, whatever. I guess I'll just have to live with it. What do you do? I have nothing. Do I have money? I don't have money. Okay. What is the currency? Ooh, what is that?
I think it's just called Gil.
Like in the menu it says goo.
Or goo. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I don't even know what that means. Well, okay, I know what it means. It's money. There is a chest which I can open. What is in there? 100 gulden. Oh, okay. So that's what it means. Oh, is there a Chocobo style character in this? Let's see. Oh no, it's just some guy. Oh no, it is. Is it a bird? Yes, it is. It's a duck. Nice.
Yeah, they have animal creatures.
That's cool. Okay, what can you sell me? A card.
Like you that make me work longer.
Nice.
I hate this level so much.
Which one is that?
It's like this. I'm going on this fucking lift, and I have to bring it to different levels, and I'm trying to find this fucking key, and it's confusing as shit. I have no idea where the fucking key is, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of hate the level design in this game. Like, there's this one part, I think, where you're trapped in this huge-ass fucking, well, what would you call it? No, not elevator, but, ventilator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. And you're kind of like running around in circles. I have no idea where to go. I think that's why I'm stuck in Doom 3. Like, I still didn't continue Doom 3 because there was like two major factors which drove me away from it. It was this level, for example, with the ventilation. And it was the fact that you have to always get out your flashlight to see everything.
Yeah. Well, at least they fixed that in BFG edition.
Yeah, I have that one too, but I don't know, I guess I'm waiting before I start up with that. Because you know how it is, when you start the game up on, I don't know, a different platform, and you've come far with it, then you kind of want to finish that one first.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. That's kind of what it is. So, let's save the game. Well, so far so good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can save pretty much anywhere. As long as you're not actually in combat at the time.
Yeah, I've experienced the combat a bit.
Back in the day, I know it doesn't seem very impressive now, but back in the day the combat system was really impressive.
What is it? Oh, the combat you mean in this game?
Yeah, the game got attention.
Yeah, you know, a good combat system, what's the other thing called? Customization of characters are like two things which always drag me into an RPG.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Character customization is kind of what it's all about.
Yeah. I hope this game has armor, like fucking loot sets and shit like that.
I think it does, actually.
Ah, that's good. If an RPG has loot, then I'm sold, you know? Oh shit, there's a timer. Let's get the crate. Can I run? I can't run. Shit. 2, 1, and I got the crate. Nice. What is in here? A wood bottom. Okie dokie.
Service lift called to station.
So where can I look at my quests? Let's see. Is there like a quest log of some sort?
I think so.
Is it?
On the menu. It's been ages since I played the game, man. My memory is a little bit hazy on certain shit like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Don't worry. Let's see. Okay, this is the world. What is it again? I assume there's more to it than just the first card.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot more.
Okay, good. What do we have here? Ah, there we go. My quest log. Angetreten am Tor. Okay, let's do that. I think they mean this. Let's go. Oh, this is a huge city. This is... wait a minute. This is bigger than I expected.
Yeah, no, it has a pretty big game world.
That's cool, that's cool. There we go. I remember this is like a game which already one of my other friends recommended to me. I think you know that guy, Resonator, on Twitter.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he like recommended me the game too.
Well, it's kind of an underrated. It's kind of an underrated kind of cult classic. It has a small following.
Yeah, I'm all in for these kind of games. The water looks kind of funny.
Yeah, we'll just, be gentle with it. It is a 2004 game.
Yeah.
They couldn't really do awesome water back then.
Can I say one thing? God of War has pretty good water.
Well, I mean, God of War was a huge budget game, though.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Sudeki was made on a very small budget. It may have been published by Microsoft, but it didn't have a large budget. And also, God of War had a fixed camera angle.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, believe it or not... Oh, can you hear me?
Yes. I can't hear you yet.
Okay. God of War had a fixed camera angle, and believe it or not, that's actually how they rendered the world. So, like, one of the reasons why they made the early God of War games look so good is because they were literally only rendering what was on screen at one time, instead of a whole level.
Yeah, I can tell, like, whenever you do a glitch out of bounds, then you can kind of see how they created the game.
So, like, in a way, almost God of War kind of, like, cheated to get its good graphics.
I mean, whatever it takes to make a game look as good as possible.
Well, I mean, obviously it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying it was kind of like a trick.
Yeah.
And it definitely had drawbacks, like having the camera not be controllable.
Mm-hmm. I remember I was kind of disappointed when I found out that Crash Bandicoot was going to have like a static camera which you can move around.
Yeah, that also doesn't 100% make sense to me, because, like, Mind of Mutant is an entirely 3D rendered game. Like,
yeah,
that game doesn't really use the same tricks that God of War does, so they just chose a static camera just for shits and giggles.
I think they did it, from what I heard, because they didn't have time to program, this fucking thing into the game. Because from what I heard, it would clash with the world often enough, so I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's
I guess.
Well, that's what happens when you fucking rush a game.
Yeah, pretty much. But Radical is also a low budget team, they don't... Like at that time they were. Before Prototype came out.
Yeah. That was such a great game.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Prototype 2 was especially good.
It's good to hear someone who likes that game, actually.
Prototype 2 is just such a huge improvement over the original game.
That's good that you see it like that. I've heard so many people say the complete opposite.
I don't really know how they can say that. I mean, it's the exact same fucking game. It just... It has the same gameplay and everything. It just looks better and they fix the flaws.
Yeah.
I'm fucking looking up what to do online, man, because this is pissing me off.
What?
I'm looking up on the internet how to get past this fucking level because it's pissing me off. I spent like half an hour just walking around this fucking level, and it's getting on my nerves.
Yeah, I can tell.
Because they told me, you go to like level 3, and they tell you, go to level 1, that's how you unlock it. But I go to level 1 and I just run in circles. There's nothing there, no fucking things to unlock anything. So I just keep going in circles. And I don't play Doom because I want to solve puzzles, dude. I play Doom to kill shit.
I wonder what a Doom puzzle game would look like.
Not any kind of game I want to fucking play, man.
It's probably gonna be like the Street Fighter puzzle games. What's it called? Doom Turbo Ultra or something like that. Oh, this game has blood.
Yeah, no, actually, the game, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an M-rated game, actually.
M-rated game? Huh.
Yeah, and...
Hey, don't you punch me.
Yeah, I don't know what the rating system is over there.
We have, what's it called? We have 0, which is for everyone. We have 6, we have 12, 16, and 18.
Well, our ratings kind of follows that, sort of. It basically goes E for everyone, E10
Yeah.
for everyone 10 and up, teen for teen, and then M for mature.
Yeah. Though I don't know what mature is in that case. I guess it's 18 or something.
Yeah, it's 17.
Oh, 17, okay. So how is it with alcohol over there?
21.
Oh, 21. Okay. Over here it's like 16 actually.
That's kind of interesting.
How about driving?
18. 16 for your permit, 18 for your driver's license.
Over here I believe it's 16 as well, yeah. If you want to, but most people don't do it.
Why is that?
Because school.
Okay.
Yeah, like most people are in school at the age of 16. And I'll say from experience, I didn't like starting driver's license while I was in school because I did that and it was kind of a bad decision.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yes.
What side of the, what side of the road do you guys drive on?
Well, the normal side, I don't know how to call it. You know, like in the US, basically, just...
Oh, okay. Yeah, left ongoing, right oncoming.
Yeah, we're not doing it the Japanese way.
Or the British way.
Or the Australian way.
Oh, I think, they said, okay, they said...
I think India too, I'm not sure. Perhaps, I don't know. Well, let's drink. There we go. Yes, this game is indeed an RPG.
Yeah.
Very obvious. In the back. There's a bunch of weenies around here. Nice. First person mode, how can I activate you?
Oh my god. That actually oh my god, that kind of upsets me.
The puzzle, yeah.
No, cause like, okay, like this whole time I thought like you had to press these fucking buttons down here to go to different levels, and I didn't know that these buttons in the middle let you move it forward fucking incrementally.
Oh well.
I tell you what, okay. One thing I will say about the Xbox version of Doom that is actually superior to the PC version.
Yeah.
Okay. They have this section. I don't know if you played it, but it's got you operate a fucking crane. Okay, in the original game, and by extension this version, you have to operate one of the touchpads.
Yeah.
Which means you have to click on every little fucking button to get the crane where you want it. Like click left, click right, click up.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't like that about the PC version myself.
But on the Xbox version, you actually directly take control of the crane and just move it with the fucking analog stick and grab it with the A button. It's so much better.
Well, you know who developed it, so...
Well, yeah.
You know, they always do it like that. They do it, they make like the controls easier for the remakes of the ports.
Yeah, are you talking about Bethesda?
No, I'm talking about Vicarious Visions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they did like the Xbox port of the first Doom. I mean the third Doom, not the first.
Yeah. Well, actually, technically, they did do the first Doom. If you got the collector's edition of Doom 3 on Xbox, it came with the first and second Doom.
What? And I mean, like in the original Xbox?
Yeah, the original Xbox had a special version that was Steelbook, and it came with Doom 1 and Doom 2 on the disc.
Ooh, look, I found a dismembered animal.
Oh god, no.
This game is graphic.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of dismembered animals, man, have you ever have you ever played Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Yeah.
Fucking love that game. Have you played the remake?
I never did.
Oh, that's a shame, dude.
I mean, graphically it looks pretty good, but since it's on an Xbox console, I have no chance of playing it pretty much.
Well, yeah. I think it might be on PC.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It's a shame. It isn't, sadly.
Oh, okay.
But I'm surprised they never ported the Rareware collection onto PC.
Yeah, right. That did make sense because that was fucking, you know, all Microsoft collection.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, well, you know, I think part of the reason they didn't is because they actually used emulators for the Banjo-Kazooie and shit, and they might have gotten in trouble if they brought that to PC because I'd be giving people emulators for free, basically.
Maintenance exit not accessible.
But, you know...
But didn't they like use the remade versions of Banjo-Kazooie for the Rareware collection?
Yeah, but those are still emulating the 64 game.
Ah, fuck.
They improved it on top of that, but it emulated it at a system level. And they were allowed to do that because it was an official console release, so you couldn't access the emulator. But if they did it on PC, they would basically be like helping pirates, and that might get them in trouble. That's the only reason I can think of that they wouldn't, you know, port it.
That would be interesting.
But it's
because half of the games that are on there are kind of emulated.
Yeah.
You know.
I will say though that I own the Rare Replay, and it actually was very good value.
Is Nuts and Bolts in it?
Yes, it is.
Is the Life and Reloaded in it?
Is what?
Life and Reloaded.
Life?
And Reloaded.
I don't think so.
That's the Conker remake.
Oh, okay, Live and Reloaded. No. The original Conker is on there from 64.
Okay.
But they later fixed that though. Microsoft didn't put it in the Rare Replay collection, but they remastered the original Xbox game as part of their backwards compatible Xboxes, and they made it available for $10.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no, it actually was, and it wasn't just a straight port. They actually made it in HD. So, you know, for $10, it's not bad.
Yeah.
And the Xbox version is by far the best. It was made by the same team.
Wasn't the game heavily censored?
It had some censorship, and that was kind of bullshit, right? But it was just a dramatically better game.
Yeah, because the gameplay in the original one had its flaws.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they made the camera fully rotatable behind your character. Which,
the shooting was very fun.
Yeah, they made the shooting actually aiming with the stick, and where in the original game it was never a second analog stick. They improved the melee combat, so like you could actually do combos with it. And in the original game, you could only like hit once. You could hit 3 times in this one. You can actually pull out the weapon while you're running.
Oh, that's cool.
And then they went through areas of the game that people hated, and they fixed the ones that people had a real problem with.
One area which I always hated in the original Conquer was the farm area, actually.
Yeah, they went and toggled and made a lot of those situations better. They also they helped get rid of some of the brutal areas that were still there. Like
oh yeah, the bombing section.
Yeah, towards the
where you have to run from bombs.
Yeah, it's called that chapter's called "This Is War." They literally
that chapter sucks.
they completely fixed it. They made it a lot easier, and they gave like way more checkpoints. It's not a pain in the ass anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They also dramatically changed the spooky chapter, and they made it 1,000 fucking times better.
Oh, you mean the zombie one with Dracula in it?
Yeah, like firstly they added like this whole Village of the Dead section before you get to the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
They give you a fucking shotgun as Conquer.
Mm-hmm.
And then they give Conquer a fucking Van Helsing outfit with a black leather cape and everything.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the renders of this.
So they even added like some brand new jokes specifically made to make fun of the fact that it was a remake. Like at the beginning, he goes up to the gargoyle on the bridge, and he's just like he hits them with the dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, that's not gonna get me, you fucking twat."
Exit now accessible.
And he's like, "Well, that happened in the original." And it's like the developers changed it. And then Conquer brings out his fucking bloody Batman and hits him over the head.
Mm-hmm.
And then he directly talks to the original game developers and he tells them to stop changing shit around. He won't have it.
Yeah, it's a typical Rare humor.
Yeah. You know what, man? I'm just gonna go on a limb and say it, man. Fucking Microsoft killed Rare, man. They fucking killed them.
Yeah, of course they did.
And it really sucks too, because Microsoft paid so much money to acquire them, man.
I remember. And originally Activision was gonna get them.
Yeah, which, I mean, honestly probably would have been worse.
I kind of wished it was Activision, not gonna lie. They probably have at least some sort of, Crash Insane Trilogy style remake or something like that.
Probably. But honestly, the whole thing that fucking sucks though, man, is that Rare didn't even want to get bought out. Nintendo forced it on them.
Yeah, because Nintendo is a stupid company.
Like, okay, what happened is really simple, dude. Rare was never technically owned by Nintendo.
No, they weren't.
Nintendo owned part of them, but not all of them. They owned 50% of Rare.
From what I know, they only owned the IPs, like some of them.
Yeah, well, they own some of the IPs, yeah, but they own 50% of the company, so technically, Rare was a so-called second-party developer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they worked with Nintendo, and they made a lot of amazing fucking games. And
yeah.
They needed to be bought out by Nintendo, though, because their contracts were expiring, and because the games were getting more expensive to make, and Nintendo wasn't giving them a fair share of money. So they were basically like, Nintendo, you need to buy the whole company because we're having a lot of trouble. and you know that way you can fund the games because we just don't have the money to make the games that you want us to make. Like Nintendo was asking them to make these huge games, and they're like, dude, we don't have the money. So like if you bought us, that won't be an issue. And they refused to buy them, which I have no idea why, because they had such success working with Rare. They made some of the most profitable games Nintendo has ever made, so you'd think they would jump at the chance to fully own them.
Nintendo does so many bad decisions.
So many bad decisions. So, Rare literally had no fucking choice but to go in the market. Because Nintendo was going to sell off all their shares, no matter what. And if they didn't get acquired by somebody, they would have gone broke and went bankrupt. So Rare didn't even want to leave Nintendo. Nintendo basically fucking forced them to. And it was either Activision or Microsoft, and they wanted to be on with Microsoft, so.
I remember when Nintendo kind of bought. Yeah, they kind of bought half of the rights to Project Zero, Fatal Frame, you know. But they don't really do shit with that fucking franchise.
No, they don't, man. And that's sad.
In this scene with Eternal Darkness, where they don't do shit with that thing either.
Right?
It's the same thing with Eternal Darkness, they don't do shit with that either.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, that sucks so hard to me because Eternal Darkness was a fucking masterpiece, man. And they just let it die.
Nintendo style.
You know, and part of the reason why Eternal Darkness didn't sell well is because Nintendo didn't fucking market it.
Yeah, I don't remember any commercials, pretty much.
And, you know, I can imagine that must have really pissed off the devs. Because they worked so hard to make that game and then Nintendo wouldn't even promote it. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's always the shitty part about games. I also like how Nintendo has like the dumbest excuse to not make F-Zero games.
What is that?
They said that they have told every story they can tell with F-Zero.
Like anyone plays F-Zero for the story, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Most people don't even care about the story.
This is bullshit. Like, we told every story. Which story? There is none to begin with, apart from the Sega game, maybe.
Well, it's also kind of like Metroid, man. Metroid is one of the best Nintendo franchises, but they do not give Metroid the same love that they give to the other fucking studios.
Oh, yeah. I also heard Metroid Prime 4 got cancelled.
It didn't get cancelled, they just really fucked up.
Like, what did they do?
Okay, they should have always have given it to Retro.
Mm-hmm.
Or at the very least, somebody who knew what they were doing. What they did is rather than Nintendo trying to make it, they gave it to Bandai Namco. And, you know, and I'm not gonna shit on them entirely because I like Bandai Namco, but I don't think they were the right choice for a Metroid game.
At the communications facility yet? You gotta get that message to the fleet.
But what they did was, dude, is okay. They've never said exactly what happened, but we can put two and two together. They invested a shit ton of money into Metroid Prime 4, right?
Yeah.
And they put about 2 years worth of work into it. Well, Nintendo took a look at the game that Bandai Namco was making, and they were so fucking unhappy with it that they decided to completely reboot it and give it to Retro Studios and scrap all the work that was put on it.
Oh well.
And apparently,
Nintendo.
right, Nintendo, apparently they put millions and millions of dollars into this game. So when they chose to scrap it and start over, it must have been pretty bad for them to waste all that money and basically say, we're not using any of this. I mean, they weren't like, well, let's try and fix it. They were literally, whatever they saw was so bad, they said, we're not using any of this. We're fucking starting over.
Nintendo is so shitty when it comes to canceling games.
Yeah. I mean, the good news is that it's now being made by the original team, which is what we wanted. Bad news is that, midway through development, they basically had to start over, and that's why we haven't seen the game. It probably would have been out by now if they hadn't done this shit.
I have the feeling this will turn out into one of those games where Nintendo doesn't even invest too much money into it, so it's gonna not have like the big budget of Zelda or Mario.
Yeah, I hope not. I really hope not, because I fucking love Metroid Prime, man.
Nintendo is so famous for fucking over third-party games.
Right?
Like, they say, oh yeah, we want that exclusively for the console. Okay, we don't want that exclusively for the console. Okay, we want you to develop the game. Okay, no, we're gonna remove you as the developer, take the thing you've created, and gonna finish it. Yeah, you know how fucking Croc Legend of Gobbos got made because Nintendo said, no, but we're gonna use your shit anyway to make Mario 64.
Wow, that sucks, man.
Yeah. Like the guys, like the game was originally, like Mario 64 was originally a Yoshi 3D game, but yeah, then Nintendo said, nah, we're gonna use your prototype and just develop Mario 64, and you go do what you want.
Dude, that sucks.
Yeah, Nintendo's really shit.
And then they make such odd decisions, man, that I don't understand.
Well, money talks.
Well, they don't even make good money decisions. Like they're just like Nintendo for like the last I'm gonna say like the last 15 years since the fucking Wii has been saying graphics don't matter. They don't sell game consoles. Bullshit, they don't.
Oh, I mean, look at the PS5 for example.
Right? Like. You know how much more money they would make if they made a Nintendo system that had top tier graphics?
They would make so much.
But
I don't know, I've said it time and time again, I think Nintendo would be better off not making consoles to begin with, and just making games, you know?
Yeah, I kinda see that. But I mean, ever since the fucking Wii, that was their downfall. That's when they stopped caring about graphics. Because the GameCube was actually a technically good system. The GameCube was the last time they cared about fucking graphics, man, and it shows. Like GameCube. It
was also the time where Nintendo would experiment like insanely.
Yeah, like GameCube actually competed with PS2 and Xbox. It actually had good technology, but
yeah.
Not, we barely had more power than the GameCube. And then fucking Wii U was nowhere near as good as PS4. And then Switch was nowhere near as good as PS4. So they spent like the last 2 generations being fucking straight behind.
Yeah.
Also, I like the Switch, and I have a Switch, but it is kind of overrated, and there are parts of it that really bother me.
I have a Switch too, and I agree it is one heck of an overrated console.
Okay, for one thing, it's really only good for playing games made for Switch. All the other ports are fucking awful.
Yeah, apart from very, very few exceptions.
I mean, just a little, almost without fail, the ports that they make are, so graphically degraded. Doom. Doom 2016?
Mm-hmm. That had a Switch port.
Yeah, on Switch, it was lower than the lowest settings on PC. Than the lowest settings. And it could run at 15 frames a second. The new Doom was designed to fucking be 60 FPS no matter what system it was on, But on fucking Switch, man, it's like 16 FPS. And
yeah, I don't know. This was around the time where I think Bethesda decided to port a lot of their games into the Switch.
yeah. And you know, it just basically, it got on my nerves, man, because it's like, why would I want to buy these games for Switch when they're just worse version of games I already own?
Yeah.
Make your way to the center.
So,
I mean, why would you buy these games anyway if you already own them, you know?
yeah, exactly. Like, and then Nintendo did a couple of exclusives, and you know, don't get me wrong, their exclusives are really good. I really loved Mario Odyssey. I had a fucking blast playing Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, me too.
And you know, Bowser's Fury, the Bowser's Fury part was fucking awesome.
I have not gotten to that one. Hopefully I will, because now, you know, I told you that yesterday I applied for a job and they called back and yeah, tomorrow is the meeting. So hopefully I can finally get games again.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, I struggle more than you. I have issues that stop me from getting a job, unfortunately, that I've told you about. Yeah, we'll see, but yeah, I have physical issues and mental issues. You don't have the same, you know, problems that I have. Your leg isn't all fucked up like mine is.
I'm fucked up in a different sense, but not like in a, you know, you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've tried all these different jobs, and I can only keep them for a little bit of time because of my issues. So after so long, I just decided I was gonna try and get disability, and that's what I was gonna do, or be a streamer. Those are the two end goals: get disability or be a streamer.
And so far, it's well, what would you say is your impression?
Well, I mean, I'm good at streaming. It's what I want to do. It just takes time. It could take years before it takes off. But I've gotten a lot more growth lately than I had, and my channel is starting to get some success. Like I said, I had that one Let's Play video. It's only like 20 minutes of me playing the opening of Evil Thin. Get like 1,100 hits.
Yes. I mean, that's pretty cool.
And I've looked at my channel statistics, and I'm rising in subscribers and getting more views. Like, my channel is growing. It just takes a long time to get up to the point where you start making money off of it.
Yeah, like, I know it's pretty hard, like, getting growth. Like, I've been on fucking YouTube since 2013 doing videos, but it's like, yeah, you just gotta be lucky sometimes with the content you're making. I remember back then I did this one video about Medieval, the remake. It wasn't even announced, the remake, but I was kind of speculating about a remake coming, and a year later it actually came out. So many people came to my video and watched it because of the remake.
That's cool.
So yeah, like I said, you gotta be lucky. And I think the reason why your Evil Within video got this much is because probably nobody else had a video about it. And yeah.
Yeah, well, dude, I've actually had videos get like 2,500 views.
Yeah.
So, you know, and like I said, I'm trying to gear myself up to the point where I'm streaming every day, 8 hours a day. I'm like, because if I want to get full in, get balls deep, and try to get monetized, they tell you the more you stream, the better it is. So you need to.
Yeah.
It's about getting myself up to that, you know, making it basically like a job, because that's what I'm trying to make it as my fucking job.
What you need is sponsoring. That's something that will help out a lot.
That is true, but they usually don't sponsor you unless you're bigger. They usually don't sponsor small YouTubers.
From what I heard, the way it works is you need to at least have 1,000 views per video in order to get a sponsorship.
Yeah, I'm definitely not there yet.
Yeah, but the day will come. The day will come.
Oh yeah, I know. You know, that's what I'm saying. Once I get, you know, plus I'm working on my Patreon right now. You know what Patreon is?
Yeah, I know. I have one too.
Well, basically, I'm trying to get it ready. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna fucking offer. Because Patreon, man, you can monetize Patreon right away. So, if I can get my Patreon up, I can start making money right away. It's just like, the issue is, I'm trying to figure out what I should offer and what the tier should be. Like,
I mean, for you it's better because you're kind of what's it called new to the business.
yeah.
I think it's better for you to start off with, well, low money and maybe then work your way up.
Yeah, well, see, I've looked at a lot of other YouTubers who have had success with Patreon, and what they normally do is they have videos that are exclusive to Patreon.
Yeah, that's also a thing they often do.
But the problem with that is I don't really have a way to put the videos up on Patreon, if you know what I'm saying. Like, my streams go straight to YouTube.
This is the audio log of Officer Ben Wolf.
I think what you could do is...
This is the audio log of Officer Ben Wolf, dated October 7th, 2145.
That's the problem. So I just have to figure out what I want to offer and what the tiers are going to be.
One thing I can also recommend is, at least from what I noticed, I myself don't do it really, but Twitch, like I've noticed that people get more views on Twitch for some reason instead of YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. I just tried to pivot away from Twitch because I just got kind of tired of it. And
did you use Twitch before?
I used Twitch before I came to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
But
well,
I've got it to the point now though where I can make a video on Twitch and then export it to my YouTube. So I might start doing that so I can stream on both of them at once.
Yeah. Well, there's this thing, I think, where we can... I heard about it. One of my friends did it, actually. Like, he's combining both Twitch and YouTube. I think you just mentioned that. Where you can kind of stream on both platforms at the same time.
Yeah, that you can. I would have to have a PC for doing that.
Oh, yeah. Wait, do you have one to begin with, or...?
I do not.
Oh, you don't have a PC, okay. Yeah, I think a PC would help out for this, but yeah.
Oh no, it definitely would. PC costs money, and then getting a stream set up and capture card.
Indeed. Oh, another thing that is very recommended. That's why I went back to my channel recently to change everything around. You probably know, doing fucking, what's it called, thumbnails for all of my videos. I recently went back to my channel and just, for every stream, for every video, I